And thank you for tuning in to our 6th radio show this fine 24th of September 2015 at 2 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. We're still on Daylight Time. Yes, second day of fall and we're still on Daylight Time. I can't believe that. And it's still hotter than the sun's surface out there. Jesus, when is it going to let up? Damn.
Why don't you tell them what show they're listening to?
Oh, yeah, I should do that. Thank you again for joining us. This is Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing with the delicious Artie White and the awesome-looking Becky White. We have a special guest in the studio here today.
Yes, we do.
We'll introduce him.
Mr. Tom.
We have the Mr. Tom Jones. Sing us a little ditty, Tom.
What's new, pussycats?
So now you can tell it's not the entertainer Tom Jones. He entertains me.
He entertains all of us.
He entertains me every time he's in the room with us.
Just trying to sell you something.
Well, we really like having Tom here. We're going to proceed with our little show, and we're going to give Tom his 10 cents worth here in a little while, and we'll let him kind of listen to how we do things and get him a little bit comfortable. And don't let it bother you that 400 million people are going to watch you on that camera over there in the corner.
Hi, Mom.
So here we are talking about plumbing. Make it as interesting as we can about the plumbing world. Again, this is Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing and Artie and Becky. Our phone number to call in, if you want to call in and talk about anything you want to talk about plumbing, is 702-483-4444. This is a worldwide radio show on internet radio, so you will need the area code 702-483-4444. And with that, my name's Artie, and I came to Las Vegas in 1973. I came by car.
And I'm Becky, and I came to Las Vegas in 1973 too, but I came
by womb.
Hospital.
Yes, you did. And we have some kids.
We have lots of kids.
What was their names?
You got it right last week.
That was last week.
Dustin, 30, Trevor, 24, Alexis, 20, Nathan, 18, Shelby, 17.
And Artie, 4.
And he's 5.
He's 5.
Our dog.
And he's a dog.
Yes.
So there's 2 Arties in the house.
God, what did I do to you?
What did you do? What'd you do to earn that?
All right.
What do you always say? Your wings are waiting for you in heaven?
My halo. My
halo
halo is waiting for me in heaven.
Don't mind me. I'm looking for the volume button so I can hear myself better. There. I like to hear myself.
Oh.
It's one of those things.
You're a man.
Right. Exactly. I don't take out the trash, but I like to hear myself.
Right.
Very good.
Welcome to my life, everybody.
So was that a little showboating there? You were showing off because you not only knew their names but their ages? I can't do that.
I know you can't do that. No, it was not showboating. I'm their mother. I can do that.
When I need something from them, I go, "Hey, you."
All right.
And only one looks, and whoever the one is has to perform. So.
Has to take out the trash.
That's right. No, that's absolutely correct.
We're going to be empty nesters in about 6 months.
Yes, we are. Get to walk around the house naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't happen if there's no pictures.
Oh, there will be no pictures.
Very, very good. So our topic today is Mr. Tom Jones. He is a sales representative at Southwest Sales here in Las Vegas. Southwest Sales is not only Las Vegas, but you're in other states, correct?
Yeah, Phoenix Mesa area.
Phoenix and Las Vegas. That's wonderful. All right, well, we'll get back to him. How's that sound?
Okay.
So this weekend, Sunday.
Well, first there's a huge car show in Boulder City on Saturday.
Did you call and make sure they were having that?
No, back to the you not listening. I told you I was going to call on Friday.
Oh.
It's not Friday yet.
There might be a car show in Boulder City.
There might be a car show in Boulder City, but we're going to go to that and show my car. And then Sunday morning at the Speedway, I have a race on Sunday morning.
At the Bull Ring.
The Bull Ring Pit Paddock.
Yes. You're going to race a Solo 2 event with your little 67 Mustanger.
Yes, I am.
Right on. So those of you who want to come out to that, it is free of charge. It costs nothing. That's free of charge.
It is free of charge.
When I check that out. Is that a verb?
Can we not?
I'm going to ask Tom. Tom, a word made it into the dictionary 3 weeks ago.
No.
But
a word made it into his mind last week.
Artie's dictionary.
Yes.
No, it made it into the Webster's dictionary, butt dial. It made it into the dictionary. It's a true story.
It should.
Is it a verb?
Yes.
Okay. Tom says it's a verb. Tom is actually right. We had a caller. They called in and said that butt dial is definitely a verb because when your butt wants to reach out and touch somebody, that's butt dial. It's an action. That's a verb. You don't
That was not the word that we were talking about. The word we were talking about was sumly. That was your word that you made up. You wanted someone to call in and say if it was a verb.
Well, yeah, and we had callers that called in and said it's not a word, so it's my word. So you know what sumly is?
Never heard of it.
It's when you do a little of something instead of the whole thing. What we were talking about chores at our house, and our son likes to do his chores in the sumly fashion. Do some of it.
Well, my kids do nothly. Okay. A little of nothing.
I like, what was that word?
Nothly.
Nuffly? We need somebody to call in 702-483-4444. We need to know if nuffly is a verb. We do need to know that. So, funny plumbing story. I cannot believe you're going to tell this story, but we're waiting.
I can't believe I'm going to tell this story either.
It's really funny.
Okay, so just you listeners need to beware that it's not very...
It's graphic.
Yes, it's very graphic. So we had a caller call into our plumbing company, and he was hysterical, and he needed somebody to come out right then because something was stuck in the water jet of his hot tub. And so my customer service manager thought that he meant his bathtub, and... So
does everybody think they know where this is going?
After numerous phone calls and conversations, and we weren't getting someone out there fast enough, my customer service manager determined that it was his hot tub. So she proceeded to tell him that we don't work on hot tubs. He would have to call a pool service person. And he started screaming and carrying on, and he proceeded to tell her that there was
a male prosthetic part made of rubber.
Yes, a toy made of rubber that adults use that was stuck in the jet of his hot tub. And after she got done laughing, he then told her that we had to get out there because his wife was coming home from a business trip, and his wife could not find out that he had had a prostitute in the hot tub with the toy, and it got stuck, and it was all bad. Yeah. All bad from there. We didn't send anybody out there. My customer service manager was laughing too hard.
Even after the guy said price is no object at this point.
Yeah.
I was involved in that, and I'm sitting here laughing to this. This was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was
I'm
a while
still laughing.
ago.
Can you imagine?
So you went from plumber to therapist.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And they needed a marriage counselor right after that.
So, very, very good. If anybody wants to call in, 702-483-4444. We need to know if nuffly is a verb. I think we've established it probably as an unverb because it means that there's unwork being performed.
There's no action being taken.
Right. So, is it a verb or an unverb? I guess is the question. So what sets Aqua Plumbing apart from other plumbing companies?
We are a family-owned company that one of us was born and raised here in Las Vegas. The other one came by car. We have
I came by 67 Mustang, incidentally.
I was going to say cattle car.
Who invited this guy?
One of our kids is calling me right now.
Okay. You better get that.
No, that's okay. We have about 15 employees. We're all very well versed in the law and the codes.
What organization did we come from today that almost made us late for the show?
We just came from the IATMO luncheon. They have a monthly luncheon. Yes, it's on both of your shirts.
Only two of us have IATMO shirts. What the hell's up with that?
Mine's in the car. I had to look pretty. We went to the prison earlier, so you know.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
We got out of prison just in time to go to IATMO.
Right. So we went to IATMO, the International Association of Plumbing and Mechanical Officials, which we have lunch once a month with plumbing officials, mechanical officials from every entity in the city.
And we've already bagged on them once last month. We might as well do it again. Chairman Alan Becker.
Yes.
Pain in the ass Jordan Cranbill from the county. Dave Troop from the county. Damn it, what's that guy's name from the city? Tom's like, I don't know. He's the treasurer.
I have no idea.
He saw the guy write his name. What the hell is his name?
He's new.
He's new. He is new.
Newbie, we'll call him.
Right.
Okay.
Is newish
Newbie from the city of Las Vegas.
is newish a verb?
Newly.
So our discussion today was on gas piping. We've got a little shitstorm going on in that world.
We do.
We've been using the same gas pipe in the United States for the last 40, 50 years, and now they want a label on it. Well, I'll go make stickers. I'm good.
I don't think that's how it works.
That's not how it works?
No, that's not how it works.
All right, so if you're enjoying gas, then we might have alternate materials, which Tom's very happy about, and we'll get to that in our next 15 minutes. We will certainly get to that for sure.
But it's organizations like IATMO that can help with issues that we have in the plumbing industry. And being a member of IATMO, we are on top of things because we learn about it firsthand before most other people know about it.
That is very true. We can usually iron out problems or seek new technologies or get approval on technologies before it actually hits the marketplace. So we're in the know.
That's right.
Now, nationals... What is the IATMO next week? What's the official name for that, Tom?
Oh, it's the National IATMO National Conference.
Yeah, the national conference is here.
EduCode.
EduCode is here in Las Vegas all next week, and we've got that goofy girl over at the PHCC, or she's running our PHCC office, Echo Boda, and she's going to be a sergeant at arms at that thing, and she might have to be twisting some arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can do it.
She can do it. Yeah, I think she can do it. So that's what the IATMO is all about, International Association of Building and Mechanical Officials. So we get to rub elbows with building officials, and we're on the cutting edge of the knowledge portion of new technology.
Absolutely.
And we pass that on to our people, so they're in the know before most other plumbing companies, which is really, really cool, and that gives us a little advantage.
Right. I think that's what sets us apart.
So we're family-owned, and we're kind of educated.
We're very educated.
We're very educated.
Or you know who to call to get educated.
Absolutely. We know who to call.
And I was always told, you don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. You just need to surround yourself with the smart people that do know. That's why
why you married me.
Right. I was going to say that's why we brought Tom.
Oh. A girl can always dream.
So, no, that's very good. We've been in business since 2004.
Yes, we have.
Serving customers.
Crazy.
Some crazy.
Some crazy customers. Some amazing customers.
We have a lot of repeat customer business, which is good. We must treat people pretty okay.
I think we treat people very well.
Good, very good. We actually had a water conditioner go sideways on us the other day, and we just jerked it and put a new one in free of charge. They didn't like what we put in, so we put in a different one. Didn't charge them a penny. I thought that was pretty cool.
I think that's very cool. I think they were very appreciative of that.
Well, they paid us once. They didn't like what they received, and it's our job to make people happy, so we did exactly that.
That's right.
Very good. Well, thank you for tuning in to Aqua Plumbing's Plumbing 101. We're going to go to commercial break. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us here, Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing here on this wonderful September 24th at 2:15 now Pacific time. I get confused. Pacific time, daylight time, standard time. Who gives a shit, right?
I don't think anybody cares.
I don't think anybody cares.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
Right. Call me anything. Just don't call me late for lunch. So, Tom,
you just had lunch.
What's your football team?
Niners.
Niners.
Okay, you can leave now.
Raiders.
Hell no.
Broncos.
Broncos, you can stay.
Broncos. I mean,
there we
go.
Broncos.
The Broncos are playing the late game this Sunday.
Awesome.
So we're going to get done racing and be home in time for the Broncos game. That's always good.
That's always good.
Yep. You know, Bernie Lang is very embarrassing during football. He's very embarrassing. He yells at the TV.
He's also a Broncos fan.
Yeah. Have you seen him? Have you seen him perform at his house during a Broncos game, Tom?
Yes, he's very overzealous.
He's embarrassing.
Oh, that's a nice way to put it.
very boisterous.
Every time the opposing team has the ball, he's screaming at the TV, hair standing straight on top of his head. Get that ball! You can't hear yourself.
He actually thinks he can affect the game.
Have you seen him in his robe?
No.
When the Broncos are behind and it's the fourth quarter, he goes and gets, is it called a Zen robe?
I have no idea.
If anybody knows Bernie Lang, call us 702-483-4444. He's got a Zen robe. He goes and puts it on if they're behind on the fourth quarter with like 5 minutes to go, and he carries candles and he chants. It is the most embarrassing thing. And then he hands me a candle. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this?
I guess that's a rally cap instead. The Bernie Lang's version of the rally cap is robe and candles for football.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing when it's just the two of us.
I'll be over.
I'm like, is anybody looking over the fence? No, it is a lot of fun. Tom Jones from Southwest Sales. What lines do you market?
Well, we represent several plumbing lines to the Las Vegas area. One of our biggest lines is Rinnai tankless water heaters. That's Rinnai.
Yeah, I never get that right.
Yeah, the A is silent, so it's Rinnai.
The A is silent.
Yeah, it's not Renee. It's
So,
Rinnai.
what are the advantages to a tankless water heater over conventional water heater that we've known and loved for years and years and years and years? And is it new technology in the States?
How much time do we have?
We have 25 minutes.
Okay, because I'm gonna need about 2 hours. No.
You have 22 seconds.
Serious. No pressure. No pressure. Yeah, lots of features and benefits over tank type water heater. Biggest one would be endless hot water, not instant hot water, mind you, but endless.
I tell my students that when you put a tankless water heater in, the water does not actually get to the faucet at the furthest end of the house any faster, because that was a topic in their mind, being students and being inquisitive. And I told them, I said, the water source is still far, far away from that fixture.
Yeah, in the tankless manufacturers, not just Rinnai, but some of the other competitors, our competitors, other tankless manufacturers, had a hand in that marketing, in that the starting of that misnomer, because some of the old verbiage was instantaneous hot water heater, meaning that where a tank heats water slowly all day long, keeps reheating the tank as it cools. Tankless doesn't heat anything until you use it.
So when it turns on, it starts heating the water instantly. It just doesn't arrive at the furthest fixture instantly.
Correct. When you open up a hot water tap across the house, that gets flow going through the heater and fires the burner and starts heating the water at the heater instantly, but then it's got to get across the house to the fixture.
So they operate really completely backwards, but under the same pretense as a car's radiator. A car's radiator, the engine warms up the water, and the fan is designed to the radiator is designed actually to cool the motor off. These work exactly backwards from that, but it's the same idea.
Yeah, good comparison, because people always ask me, well, what's a heat exchanger? That's what holds the water, and that's instead of a tank, you have a big tank holding a lot of water. We have a heat exchanger holding a little bit of water, and it simply is just like a radiator. It's just a copper coil that's over a burner, a gas or a propane burner assembly, and as the cold water comes in and goes through that heat exchanger or radiator coil, the burner underneath it instantaneously heats it and then sends it out of the heater hot.
So as long as you have a hot water tap on, that water heater is actually functioning, and therefore endless hot water is where you get the the claim that it's endless hot water.
Yes, it's not until you turn off the hot water tap that the heater will stop heating the water, and it won't come back on until someone else opens up a tap. Or
So if you've got a 40-gallon regular everyday water heater tank in your garage, house, whatever, you've probably got about 32 gallons of hot water available to you, and when you're trying to shower 4 children at night, getting them ready for bed, you could ultimately run out of hot water. Wait for that water tank to recover. A tankless water heater allows hot water for the duration of those 4 showers, right consecutive, boom, 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 and no interruption of hot water.
absolutely.
So there's also some scuttlebutt that there's some money savings in the gas that's used between a tank water heater and a tankless water heater. What's that all about?
Well, first of all, a tankless water heater is more efficient right out of the box.
You can't leave it in the box?
No, you got to get it out of the box,
Okay.
hang it on the wall, and turn on the water. And we start on our low end, our regular non-condensing water heaters.
Don't get technical.
Yeah. The thingamajig. That thingamajig. The least efficient thingamajig that we have is 82% efficient, and we go all the way up to 96%
Wow.
efficient, which means, a lot of people say, well, what does efficiency mean? Quite simply, it just means how much of that heat from that flame from your gas
Are you
burner
using?
how much of that heat is going into the water, and then how much is going out the flue as wasted energy. Okay, and your typical tank starts off at about 65% efficient, and that means that about 35% of the heat from the flame in that burner is going out the roof of the house.
That's interesting. So the other thing to note is a tankless water heater only works when you're wanting to use hot water. So if you go home, turn on a hot tap, the water heater comes on. If nobody's home, the water heater never runs.
No worky.
So during the day, a regular water heater will cycle 2 or 3 times because let's be serious. The water warms up in a tank water heater. In a water heater that has a tank, it warms up, cools off. It has to come back on, whether you're home or not. So you're burning fuel.
And worse in the winter because your garage is cold.
And the water coming in is colder.
Good point.
So that's where there can be some savings as well. The water heater simply only works when you demand hot water.
Absolutely.
Very good. Anything else on a tank? Oh, space savings.
That's one of my favorite because as square footage gets to be a premium in today's economy, people are just starved for space. Whether it's storage space or livable space. You see your garage, right? I see my garage. I wish I had more space. And most people's garages are tied up with a big water heater stand, a big Ballard pole sitting out in front of it.
Which could ultimately take almost 16 square feet of a 400 square foot garage. That's a lot in comparison to a tankless water heater that looks really like 2 shoe boxes hanging on the wall.
That's right. And you can also put the tankless water heater on the outside of the house. They make indoor
I forgot about that.
and outdoor heaters. Around town, you'll see a lot of commercial applications. We actually have them up on the flat top roofs, up on the parapet walls, on the roof. So, because these...
So there's no water heater in your space.
There's nothing. It's we've actually had people call the builders who've put them in. One builder was putting them in their attic, and one of the homeowners called and said, "Hey, where's my water heater?" He just realized
You don't have one.
Yeah, after a month of living there, he was like, I haven't seen the water heater. It's not in the garage. It's not in a closet. Where is this thing? And the builder says, "Oh, it's in your attic. Didn't somebody tell you that?"
No.
They're very versatile. About 40, 50 pounds, soaking wet. Size of a big bread box and
Bread box. I didn't think of that. Right.
Well, and not to mention now with all the new water heater upgrades that the feds just gave us,
Nika,
with all the new energy.
National Appliance Electric Compliance Association.
Yeah, that.
They made the water heaters much more expensive, bigger,
And much bigger.
bigger,
Bigger was
wider,
my,
taller.
Yeah, my whole point is people that have a little alcove in their garage, a bigger water heater might not fit in there, so they may have to go tankless.
We noticed that in Trevor's father-in-law's garage the other day. We went over there, and he had his garage door open, and Becky's not even a plumbing professional. She took one look at that water heater, and she goes, a new water heater's not going to fit in that space. So
There's no way. It was this little, tiny,
There's a good-
three-walled...
good possibility he's going to be in the market for a tankless water heater because it's going to fail. Water heaters, it is what it is. They're going to fail. So let's talk about the warranty. We can buy a water heater, everyday water heater that everybody's accustomed to today, and it comes with a 6-year tank warranty.
That's pitiful.
Okay, well, so tell me why tankless is better in that respect.
Because we double the warranty. We offer a 12-year warranty.
So let me get this straight. You've got a water heater that only works when you're home. It's a 12-year warranty.
Yes.
Endless hot water.
Yes.
A little bit of gas savings.
Yes. Space savings.
And we definitely have some space savings.
Bingo.
Bingo. I can tell right now it's all about space savings for Tom.
And why don't we have one of these again?
Because I'm cheap.
Oh, you're
Remember?
right.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Oh yeah, they do cost money.
And they do cost money. They do cost a little money.
But Southwest Gas can give you a rebate.
That is very
Well,
true.
we don't have gas, so that's one
we don't have
problem.
gas.
Okay, so you could use propane.
I have gas. Depends on what I cook that day.
You don't have enough gas to run a
I have
tankless
enough
water
gas.
heater.
I have enough gas to run it.
Yeah, that's another show.
That's a whole nother show.
All right, well, stay tuned for Mr. Tom Jones. He's going to be back in a couple of minutes, and thank you for tuning in
It's
to
not
Plumbing
unusual
101.
to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
Okay, welcome back. They're busy over here dancing to a Tom Jones song. Glad you guys can't see this right now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That wasn't Tom Jones, you big dummy. That was Smelvis.
Hey, we're friends.
Smelvis? Let's talk about that. I always said I'm a conspiracy theorist. I think everybody's out to get me. It's just it's what I do. That's why I have a fast car. You can catch me, you can have me.
And I was the lucky one to catch him. Back to what did I do in my past life to be so lucky?
He must have got a flat tire.
Yeah. She shelled her clothes and I stopped.
Okay, that's for another show too.
So my conspiracy theory was Elvis Presley didn't die.
He's in the building.
I don't know if he's in this building, but
Well, no, he really died now.
Yeah, he really died now. Becky saw a little excerpt on, and we believe everything we read on the internet. So just
I
know
don't
that.
believe everything I read on the internet.
I
That's
do.
why I really don't think that I believe this. But they found a homeless gentleman in L.A.
80 years old,
under a bridge, 80 years old,
which he was born in 35.
that they are saying his DNA matches Elvis. And the reason why they said Elvis died years ago, I actually remember my sister bawling her eyes out the day Elvis died. I was too young to really remember. But
Oh, my mother. Oh, my God. You thought, oh,
the Pope died.
yeah, whatever.
So this guy, they found dead. They said it's Elvis, and that when he died in the 70s, right?
77.
Okay,
It was
77.
August. It was August.
Okay, so I wasn't even 4 yet. That he
It was
was
a warm day.
he was actually in the witness protection program.
He was an FBI informant. It wasn't actually really a secret, but it was. He had to quit performing. His life was in danger.
Well, as I remember it, he was kind of on a downhill slide anyway. So it's probably a good idea to go in.
He sold more records dead than he did alive. He
Yeah.
did.
A lot of people have been like that.
Michael Jackson. Thriller. Have you noticed on the radio there's more Thriller because Halloween's coming? I have 96.3 on my radio station in the race car shop, and I'm noticing Thriller gets played more and more and more and more the closer we get to Halloween.
Halloween.
Mhm.
Interesting.
I like that song. It's a pretty good song. I like that other song too by Boingo Boingo. What was that song? Dead
By
Man.
Oingo Boingo.
Oingo Boingo. It was a Dead Man's
Man.
Party. That
Yeah,
is
Dead
a
Man's
great
Party.
song. You got that, Lawrence? Yeah, he's gonna.
It's a dead man's
Our
party.
keyboard operator's gonna find that. We're gonna do some Oingo Boingo. Hell yeah.
You guys are
I
gonna
like
dance
that.
again?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Oh,
From
God
Tom
help
Jones to
me.
Oingo Boingo. We cover all the hits.
and talking about Elvis.
Yeah. The king.
So back to tankless water heaters. Since it's such an exciting topic, we were a second ago before commercial break. You had indicated that you can put these tankless water heaters outside. So
Yes.
they're
Well, they still got to be attached to the house, but
you still have
yeah.
to take them out of the box.
Yeah. And out of the box on the side of the house, you can recess them into the stucco. We have an accessory box that encases it, so it's got a cover for it, so you can actually lock it up.
Well, and the code says that you've got to, and it's considered an appliance, and the plumbing code does say that it has to be in a weatherproof environment.
Right, but actually, with our heaters listing, it does not. It can it can just hang on the outside of the building on the stucco, properly supported through.
Can you screw it straight to the wood if it's a wood siding house?
Yes, you can
Okay.
screw it to the wood. Through the stucco, into the studs. You want to, make sure you hit some backing behind.
I don't think
the,
you understood. Wood siding house, no stucco. It won't
Yeah.
burn the house down if you screw
Correct,
it to wood.
correct. There is zero clearance to combustibles on the backside.
Okay, that is wonderful. So if I live in an HOA and I'm going to put this water heater on the frontish of my house, it's not actually going to go on the front, but it's going to be on the side of the house but visible from the street. Is there probably an HOA letter that needs to be sent out? Look, I'm Mr. Homeowner. This is what I want to do. Have you run into that yet?
Well, as a salesperson, I say no, but as a conscientious homeowner,
Oh, you're one of those.
as
Beg
a-
forgiveness instead of ask for permission.
Absolutely no. You should always check with your homeowners association. Yeah.
Have you had that situation?
Well, we've had. I don't recall being turned down by one. It was just, people upset that they didn't check with the association.
Understood.
But once
It was the guy that was still using an old water heater.
yeah, but
He was jealous.
exactly. Once the association realizes that, or gets educated that these are the future of water heating, and they're going to make some concessions for that.
So, two things. A friend of mine was talking to me yesterday, and he bought a house in Northern California. It's like talk about space being a commodity. The house is like 1,100 square feet, Northern California, $400 and something thousand. That's just crazy in my world. It's just hard to fathom. And he called me, and he's actually a builder in town, and this is his getaway home kind of thing. And he was quizzing me about tankless water heater, and his biggest thing was space. His name
Must be a guy thing.
yeah, and we talked about you can do one inside, outside, and I'm not sure which way he's going to go, but space in his mind with a 1,100 square foot house. I don't even think this thing has a garage. So now, not only are you're not taking up this 16 square feet we talked about with the bollard and everything in a garage. Of course, in a house you don't need a bollard, but you're still giving up 4 square feet, and that's a closet. That's a pantry.
I've seen them in custom homes here in Vegas. I've seen them install 2 Rinnai tankless water heaters in the master closet in an armoire in the closet.
If you do that, you're going to have hot water to your master bath fixtures very quickly.
Yes. As the closer they are to the fixtures, obviously it'll get there faster.
So let's talk about that. You've got a 3,000 square foot house. You've got one water heater in the garage. You can do one of two things. You can wait for hot water, or you can put in what we call a circulating pump. And they cost money to run, and they cause the water heater to run longer, so there's some expense there. You could take 2 tankless water heaters, put one on one end of the house for the kitchen per se, because at the kitchen sink, you're always wanting hot water rather quickly, washing pots, dishes, whatever. And you can put the second water heater in the master bathroom, and of course the kids can wait. Hell with them. But you've to me, you've killed 2 birds with one stone.
it sounds like you watched me build my house 10 years ago.
We were going to get to that.
Because that's exactly what I did. Yes, that's a great point. Put one on one side of the house, because usually fixtures are in a couple locations, clumped together on one side of the house,
right,
and then clumped together. There's another clump on the other side of the house.
Those are called bathroom groups. They're not clumps.
Groups of bathrooms. So makes sense to just put, because tankless water heaters are so small and versatile, just to put them over by those clumps to feed those areas, so your hot water delivery is dramatically improved.
So it's probably wise to say that one tankless water heater is not going to be large enough for a large number of fixtures. And where I'm going with this conversation is, you really, really need to hire a licensed plumbing contractor to provide and install 1, 2, 3, or 4 tankless water heaters, whatever your desire is, because they understand that they have a direct line to you, and tankless water heaters are predicated on gallons per minute and number of fixtures and what kind of fixtures, and a plumbing professional that's educated knows how many fixtures a tankless water heater can provide hot water for. And if you were to hire a handyman and put a water heater in, a tankless water heater in, first of all, he's probably going to screw it up. It's probably not going to work properly, and it might not be enough water heater for that house. Am I going down the right road here?
Yes, absolutely correct. The tank water heaters are sized differently than tankless. And, I've been selling Rinnai in town for almost 10 years, and I've just seen, lots and lots of mistakes, not only on the installation, but with the sizing. And, you mentioned it's important to call a licensed plumbing contractor.
Aqua Plumbing.
But I would add that besides that, in addition to, they should have the training from the manufacturer of the tankless water heater that they're going to install. And
you hold those classes, and you notify the plumbing industry here in Las Vegas and Phoenix that you're having those classes, and it's my responsibility as an employer to send my service technicians over, or my installers who are our journeyman plumbers, to gain this education.
Absolutely.
And how much does that cost?
Just your time.
Yes, very, very good. So the education is available, it's inexpensive, and it's tremendous.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about IATMO and keeping up with the technology, and this industry, the building industry in general, is one of continuing education, because manufacturers and home builders are always coming out with new products, offering new products, and installing new products, and the people need to be educated on them, not only the installers, but the end users, the homeowners, the builders. And I believe the onus is on the manufacturers to provide that training, or to get that training, make it available to the people. And that's why
YouTube's not the answer.
I know. It's a good reference point, but
you need to go to the classes.
Yeah.
And you've done classes for our school. We have an accredited training program. In fact, you're coming soon-ish. Yeah. And you actually bring a water heater with you and show the students how they work. It's a cutaway, isn't it? So they can actually see or you take it apart.
No, yeah, we take the actual heater, because remember, it's small, and it's fairly lightweight. So we just bring it and we
disassemble it on a table.
Yeah, let everybody see, get their hands on it, and take a look at it.
Very good. Excellent. That is very good information to know. I had something else I was going to say about the tankless water heater. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
I could take over any second.
Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to refer back to the warranty between tank and tankless. Not only is tankless typically double the warranty, but with the tank, let's say your tank does go out within their warranty period, let's say the first 4 years or 5 years, and they'll give you a new tank, but only one typically, right? So now you call back in the next year after that second tank goes out, and that manufacturer may deny you warranty because he already gave you one heater under the first warranty period.
So many customers do not understand that.
It is so hard to make them understand.
At us. Yeah.
And we are the butthead because they're on the phone with us.
Yes. Yeah. My last house I was in for 7 years, and I was on my third tank.
That's what it was. I remember now what I wanted to talk about. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, it's too late now already. I'm talking.
Okay.
So
Wait
I
your
was
turn.
I was on my third tank, and in 7 years. So not only did I have
And why does that happen? Is it the water quality?
Yeah, there's we don't have the best water quality in town.
We've got a lot of mineral content. The water is really good for the human body. It's very tough
Absolutely.
on plumbing.
Yeah, it's actually the way I have understood it. The water's fairly soft in cold when it's cold because the solids, the hardness is dissolved. But when we bring it into our water heaters and we heat it, we essentially piss it off. And the hardness comes out of suspension and now wants to be aggressive and turn into scale.
It clings
It
to
wants to-
metal components.
wants to cling, and it wants to corrode and erode metallic products. Yes.
Very, very good. That's not very, very good, but that's very, very good knowledge to have.
So the hot water is essentially like liquid sandpaper.
That is correct, and that's what I tell my students. I said, typically when you get dispatched out to a house and there's a slab leak or a leak in a home, more often than not, it's the hot water side, because when the water's running through the piping, it's very violent, and it's like liquid sandpaper, and it takes the material off the inside of the piping, and then suddenly you have pinhole leaks.
Absolutely. So the tank water heater, it brings all that 40 or 50 or 75 gallons of hard water in there and then cooks it, and a lot of that scale, those dissolved solids, will come out of suspension, not only go into the house and corrode your aerators and your faucets and fixtures, but then a lot of it settles at the bottom of the tank, making the tank have less gallonage to provide you of hot water, and then it sits over the burner. So now that burner assembly becomes less and less efficient every day.
So you're basically heating scale and you have less volume. Gallonage, is that a verb?
That is very much a
Verb.
something. It's a word.
It's
I'm
a
not
noun.
sure
It's
what
a noun.
kind of word.
I
but-
think it's a noun.
That's a
Yeah.
noun.
Yeah,
Gallonage is a noun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
you're shrinking.
Gallonage.
We're sh-
Gallon's a noun.
Well, gallonage is too. It's the edge of a gallon.
Oh, it's the edge of a gallon.
It's the amount of the gallon.
So it's an adverb.
Yes.
It's an
Adjective.
adjective. Yeah, gallonage.
Yeah, it's a
an adjective.
descriptive. It's describing a gallon.
Yes, it is. So back
Very
to
good.
your house. I was talking to your wife today, and she's much easier on the eyes, I will say. And you have a face for radio, so I'm glad you're here today. You live not far from us, and we don't have gas. So I was asking Stephanie today, and she said that you're on propane. So you
Yes.
obviously have Rinnai water heaters that will function on propane.
Yes, absolutely. They're field convertible from natural gas to propane.
Do we buy them? Do we call the supply house? By the way, we don't buy our tankless water heaters. Contractors do not buy their tankless water heaters or their water heaters of any kind from big box stores. We buy them from plumbing contractor, supply, wholesale houses. We get the top-notch quality product when we do that. Can we go to the supply house and buy natural gas and propane, or is there a kit we have to buy to convert it?
We would rather you buy them separately. So if you just put an N on the end of the part number for natural gas or a P for propane. But if you did get a propane unit, typically, hey, I don't have natural gas, I got to put in propane, and then here comes Southwest Gas a few years later down your street, and now you have natural gas available, which is typically cheaper than propane. So people will hook up to natural gas and then convert their appliances from propane to natural gas, which we do have kits for that. So
Wonderful. Very good. Well, we're going to run into a commercial break here quick like a bunny. We will be right back. Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome back. They're back to dancing. Boingo, boingo.
Boingo,
Oh, we
boingo.
have everybody in the room dancing.
Alrighty then. Well, thank you for tuning in to Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing. We're here with Tom Jones. I want to thank Tom Jones for coming and seeing us. Thank you very much for coming and partaking in our radio show.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I look forward to coming back if I'm invited.
You'll definitely be invited. That's a good
Somebody's
day.
ringing.
I'm ringing. I know who it is. Goodbye. I love that. Cell phones are wonderful. You know, back in the old days, you answered the phone if you didn't want to talk to them. I gotta go. This way, you don't even have to do that.
Yeah, this way, all you have to do is look.
Screen your own calls.
Remember when caller ID came out? You had to buy the box and put it next to your phone and plug it.
Hook it all up.
Where have we come since then? Remember Vegas, the TV show Vegas? Dan Tana had that big old phone in his Thunderbird. Are you kidding me? Really?
Well, yeah, my first cell phone was
Looked like a piece of luggage.
exactly. It was huge. I don't know how I ever carried that around.
Yep, very much so. Next week, I believe we're going to have Stan Stearns on the show for Delta Faucets.
Delta is your favorite?
Delta is my favorite. They employ 1,000 Americans a day at their plant in Indianapolis, Indiana. I toured the plant. It is really cool how Stan probably doesn't even know this. He's a sales rep for Delta. I don't know. We'll rib his ass a little bit when he gets here, but when you go to work, they have workstations, and you stay at that workstation for 1 hour, and you might come to work on Monday and your first shift is building boxes. And then you'll move to cutting tubing, and then you'll move to another station where you actually solder the ends on all those people know how to do everybody's job, and you move a station every hour to keep you from falling asleep at the wheel, I guess is the best way to put it. But 1,000 people every day they put to work here in the United States of America with all American-made stuff. And I'm very partial to the Delta product for that reason. They didn't even pay me to say that shit.
No, but they can send us back to the Delta plant because I'd like to look at it.
And I got to go ahead.
Stan, if you're listening, trip back to the Delta plant, please.
Trip back to the Delta plant.
Well, I went
And
back
we wanna
to
go
Tyler Pipe.
And we want to go in May because it's the practice for the Indy 500, and I did get to go see that as well.
Let's call Stan.
Let's call Stan.
Let's call him.
Call him.
No, I went to the Tyler Pipe plant in Tyler, Texas, and they make cast iron pipe. It was really interesting. That kind of stuff just really interests me.
She only went to chaperone. There were two guys from Tyler Pipe and our purchasing agent, and she knew they were going to get in trouble, partaking in the nightlife there. Mm-hmm. So Becky went as their chaperone, and it was very much needed.
Yes, it was.
And I think it was so inspiring that your employee painted a picture of it.
As a matter of fact, he did. Dennis painted a picture.
He did.
That was awesome.
And
by the way, I also represent Tyler Cast Iron Pipe.
Yes, you do.
Oh, do you?
So thanks for the plug, Becky.
I had no idea. I did not know that.
That's really funny. Yeah.
Very good.
No, we're very partial to the Tyler Pipe. Again, it's all American
It's
made.
American made. Mm-hmm.
And we don't have any problems with the Tyler product. We use a lot of the Tyler product in our commercial projects. But for those of you who are listeners, we are a service and repair oriented company. We will come out and take care of any of your plumbing needs any time of the day, and we would love to serve the people of Las Vegas in their time of need. And we can certainly get it done with educated professionals that do know what they're doing. There's no question that they know what they're doing.
Absolutely right.
Yep, very much so. So with that said, we're performing the plumbing on a couple of projects now, and they're commercial projects. We're doing. We just finished Kirkland's.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a distribution company right now, and Becky's smiling.
It's an adult distribution.
It's a fun party distribution company, and we didn't know that until we got the job. I walked in for the pre-con meeting, and I'm looking at the stuff on the shelves, going, "Oh, this is good."
Was this at the prison?
Hey, I'm glad you brought that up. We've got a couple minutes. Becky and I walked the women's prison here in Las Vegas to bid the plumbing remodel or repairs, I guess, as they're looking for some repairs in the women's prison. It's very old, and
most people don't even know there's a women's prison.
I didn't know
here in town. It's basically Lamb and Craig area.
Yeah, it's down by the junkyards, but they need some plumbing help, and we went in there for a bid, and we're going to provide them with some numbers, and we might be the plumbing company of choice to go in and refurbish 8 shower rooms, I believe it is.
Don't they call those gang showers?
Gang showers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like they need some tankless water heaters.
They are on a boiler. It is a huge facility. Huge facility. So, with that said, we're just about ready to come to a radio close this 24th of September. We really love having you listeners listen in. And we didn't get to what national day it is today.
No, we didn't.
Well,
We'll do it next week.
We'll do it next week. We'll do both. We'll do national today and next week. And anyway, thank you all for tuning in to Plumbing 101 with Aqua Plumbing here in Las Vegas. Our phone number 642-8400. Have a wonderful week. Come see us at the Speedway Sunday morning. Thank you so much.